Hello, this is T Mentor Food. As you all know, I'm on a healing journey. I'm on a healing journey from narcissistic abuse. And today's video is about narcissist friends. How can you tell their food? How can you tell when you have a narcissist as a friend? I'm going to give you 5 things today in regards to signs of you being around a narcissist. Number one is they do all the talking and you do all the listening. When you are around a narcissist, they are constantly talking, they are constantly wanting and needing all the attention, and therefore you're just an audience member. You're just there to be their yes man, or you're there to be their yes woman. You're there to say yes, wow, oh, I can't believe that happened to you. You're just a spectator. You're really not a friend. You're really not engaging in conversation with this person. It's just all about them and what they want you to get, and you are to be the patient friend or the patient audience member sitting there as they are doing all the talking, guiding the conversation, controlling the conversation, and you are not able to say a word. When you try to chime in, it's automatically listened to but not listened to. You know that feeling when you're being really not being listened to, and it's automatically directed right back to the narcissist. That's how you know that you are around a narcissist. They take 90% of the conversation is them talking, and 10% is just you listening. Number two is, how do you know when you are around the narcissist friend? You feel like you're always in competition with the person. It's like you're competing with her or with him. There's always like this high competition feeling. Like if you act a certain way, or you dress a certain way, or you wear your hair a certain way, or you dance a certain way, or you talk a certain way, it's like the narcissist friend is always trying to put one up on you. They're always trying to compete with you. Everything you do, you're feeling like there's just competition. Like if you go to school and they're not going to school but you're going to school, they may have a child or a daughter or son that's going to school, and they will use that child to one up on you. They would use the child to tell you, well, my daughter or my son, they're doing good in school, and they're doing this and they're doing that. They're always trying to make you feel like you're not good enough, or they just have to compete with you. They have to always compete with you, make you feel like you have to compete. You're not competing with them, you're just really being yourself. And you being yourself is just like too much for them to handle. They cannot handle the fact that you have great qualities, you have great gifts, you have great things to offer, and you're doing a great job, and you're just operating in who you are. That is very threatening to the narcissist friend. So on the other side, they're competing with you. They're trying to keep up with you. They're trying to show you something when you're just acting in your own skin. You're not trying to compete with anyone. You're just being yourself. And they have a serious problem with that, because they are very jealous people, and they're very envious people, and so they just have problem with you being yourself. You cannot be yourself around the narcissist. Another thing that you're around a narcissist is that they always try to they don't want to hear anything good about you. If you have good things going on in your life, they don't want to hear it. They just want to hear the negative things, or they just want to keep drawing you into negative conversations about what so and so has done to them, negative conversations about what's going on in the, in the world or in the neighborhood or the childhood friend. Only time that they want to say something decent is when if they say something decent about someone, it may be your classmate or someone your mate that you grew up with, your same age group, and if they say something nice, it's because they're trying to throw back on you what you didn't do, or where you should have been, or how far they've come and you're there, or they're trying to make you feel bad. But a narcissist is always talking negative, and they don't like anything positive. If you try to bring them something positive, they will listen, but eventually, once the conversation gets back onto them, they're going to turn it around to something or anything that's happening good for you. They won't. They will not. They will not appreciate it. They like the negative arena. They like negative things. So you trying to pull them in to something positive that's going on in your life, they're not going to like it. Also, you get to the point where you don't want to hang around them anymore. You just don't want to go around them. You don't want to go to their house. You don't want to meet them for lunch. You don't want to hang out with them. If you see them out in public, you really try to avoid them, because you just don't want to be around that negative emotional food that is toxic, that food that is bringing you down, the food you don't feel like you can be yourself around. You can't, really, and you can't engage in conversation, because the conversation is always about what they're talking about, or what they want to do, or what they've done, or what someone has done to them. So you get to the point where you don't want to be around the person no more. And sometimes that friendship, you may have had it for years. You may have been friends for 20 years or 30 years or however long, 10, 15, 5 years, however long you've been in this friendship. But now you're just at the point where you don't want to be involved in it no more. You don't want to continue being around that person, because the person is draining you. They're not appreciating you. They're not allowing you to voice how you feel. They're not allowing you to come out and be the person that you are meant to be. They have a problem with it, and they're just trying to always have their way in the relationship. And as you all know, if you're in a relationship with anyone, there's always it's two people working together and not against each other. It's a union, that should be positive, and each person listens to one another and carefully listens to, each other, and hearing what the friend is saying and the person you're saying. But when you're in a narcissistic relationship or any type of friendship, they never hear what you're saying. They don't hear you. They really don't want to see you, but they involve themselves around you anyway. But they really do not. They're not interested in what you have to say. It's just all about them and what they want to put on you, or anything that they want to put on you to make you feel some type of way. It's just a very one-sided relationship. It's not healthy at all. I can recall. I had a friend, and me and her were friends for years, for a long time. And I started going to college, and I started doing different things that, that God was leading me to do. And I went around her, and I made the mistake of going around her. And the moment I went around her and she knew I was in college and doing really well, she immediately started pitting me up against her daughter. Her daughter was in high school, and she was always, oh, my daughter's this, and my daughter's that, and my daughter got a 4.0, and my daughter's this, and my daughter's doing really good, and my daughter's doing this. But and so it was just like this competition that I felt that she was doing, and I didn't like. I was, and I never mentioned it to her. I never said anything to her, but I could feel this negative drawing on my spirit, like this competition is there, you know. And so every time I went around her or she came around me, I immediately was like turned off, because it's like, here you are you're pitting your daughter up against me. I'm a grown woman, your daughter's a child. I'm happy that she's doing well, but you don't put your daughter up against me, you know, especially after you've known what I've gone through. So for me to be on the pathway of doing better in my life and trying to better myself, you should be happy for me, instead of, you know, being jealous and envious and competing with me. And, you know, I would wear my hair a certain way, and she started doing her daughter's hair like my hair. And, you know, it was just so much, you know, that she was trying to compete against me. She was trying to show me something, like, you can't do, I can do that, and you doing this, and my daughter's doing well too. And, you know, and it was just too much. So I stopped hanging around her. I lost all contact. I don't contact her. I don't talk to her. And I don't feel bad about it, because today is my day, you know, and I'm trying to do something better for myself. And if you are a friend, you would understand that, and you would be more supportive of me. So friendships with narcissists, they're not supportive of you. They're not going to support you. They're not going to be happy for you. They're not going to wish you well. You know, they want you to stay in the same spot. They want you to do bad. They want anything good for you. They don't want it. These relationships are very unhealthy, you know, with people, you know. It's just unhealthy. So as we're waking up, and as I'm waking up to this narcissistic abuse, this stuff is real, you know. We have to know that it's real, and we have to know also that we deserve great things around us. We deserve great relationships, great friendships. We deserve great opportunities. We just deserve better. We deserve great things, and if we must start positioning ourselves for great things. And it doesn't matter who it is, you know. When it comes to friendships with certain people, if it's unhealthy, it's unhealthy. We have to move on, and we do not have to feel bad about moving on. We have to close doors that are negative. If the doors is negative, we have to move on. And it's nothing wrong with moving on, and it's nothing wrong with claiming our life back and taking our power back. And we have to stop feeling as if we don't have the right or the power to. We do have the right, and we do have the power to take back our life, and we must take back our life, and we must start living in this here life. So I hope this video has helped someone. Stay on your healing journey. You are doing a great job. Pat yourself on the back, and just get in the mirror and thank yourself for the journey that you're on. You're on a journey to living, and living freely in this here world. Okay, you are a winner, and greatness is lying inside of you, and you are somebody, and don't let anyone tell you any differently than that. All right, like, subscribe, share, and please leave your comment, your emotional food story. I would love to hear what you have to say. Remember, this journey is about getting rid of the baggage. It's about setting ourselves free. So let it go. Let out your story in the comments. Thank you. This is T. Mentor Food. God bless you all, and be